Hello, everybody. This is Fred
Nicole Quinones.
from Q the Experts at eXp Realty. We have our very close friend Dawn Booth from Epic Events by Booth here with us to discuss a little bit about her business. But before we do that, I did want to take a moment and have a chance for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, even though I know who you are.
Tell everybody else.
Okay. So my name is Dawn. I am the owner of Epic Events by Booth. We are a full service event planning company. We began the business in 2016, but my very first event that I've ever done was back in 1995. So I've always done events on the part-time side, and then I got into IT. So I have an IT background.
Yes.
And now things have changed and everything's reversed since 2016. Now I do events full time and I do IT on the side. So little IT projects once in a blue moon.
So just from a little general perspective, Dawn and I known each other for quite some time, and we used to work with a wonderful team that was almost like a family environment.
Yes.
And it was just a great collaborative place where, we had a lot of talented people who all shared a lot of
Houdini.
A lot of great ideas, and it was wonderful working with Booth. And I just wanted to throw that in there. So when we talk
2007.
So when we talk about character, if Dawn can handle me, she can handle anything. So I'm going to tell you that straight. But now getting back to your business, so if you could tell us like what type of services you provide, the different
most common events.
Yep.
So we primarily do a lot of corporate events and weddings. Recently, since the COVID has taken place, we have started micro weddings, and where it's the ceremony only, it's kind of an all-inclusive. It's not an elopement. A lot of people think that it's an elopement. Very similar, but very different at the same time. And then we are just now getting ready to launch our pop-up weddings. So once a month, we are going to announce where we will be at a very unique place that normally would not have weddings. We'll launch an event, and once a month, people can just go down to the courthouse, grab your marriage license, and pop on in and get married. We'll have a couple of arches they get to choose from. They'll have a photographer and the whole 9 yards right then and there, and they'll be able to get married right now. It's kind of like a little Vegas style.
Yeah.
So is it literally like if people are like, hell, we're going to get married, let's go.
Next week.
We can go to that event and people can just get married there at the event?
It's once a month, and we'll post an event. We'll post the event on Facebook or social media. Basically letting everybody know, okay, well, this week we're going to be at, I don't know, some brewery. Let's say it's going to be one of those really cool, like craft brewery places, that has got like a real industrial, and there's a lot of people who are really into that whole industrial side. And let's say that brewery normally doesn't do weddings, but because it's so small, it's, that we can set it up for about a 4-hour period. And we can just take whoever wants to, we do want to do appointments because we want to make sure that we have the 4 hours full. But at the same time, if they just want to pop in and say, hey, I want to get married, there'll be like 2 different types of ceremonies that they can choose from. There'll be a couple of different arches they can choose from, and they can just go get married, and it'll be beautiful, just as if they planned it.
Wow,
but
they're just
popping in.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, and can other guests and people who might want to visit the brewery, can they just go and
Of course, up to 10 people.
Okay, of
up
course.
to 10 guests.
Oh, that's a great idea.
And I'm fond of the brewery idea. I mean, maybe for our anniversary is coming up. Maybe we'll just
do a pop-up anniversary.
Yeah, just renew the vows at the bar.
Absolutely. Hey. We're gonna be in a different location every month. and it's going to be a very unique place. It's not just going to be some place that normally people go get married at. So, you know, I mean, we'll still have like the beach pop up, you know, but our goal is to actually go to places that are like really cool, like historical buildings, or going to another, you know, to another restaurant or a building that's like really amazing.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have like a beautiful courtyard, but again, they just don't have the space to actually support a wedding. Then we'll be able to go there and actually put on a wedding, because it's so small that, you know, it can handle, you know, just a couple of people and something really beautiful, you know, for the decor. So, and it'll be reasonably priced where people can afford it. And it also warms my heart, because I always try to tell people, please don't get married in a courthouse. Like, especially if it's your first time getting married. Everybody deserves a beautiful wedding. So,
and especially considering you guys offering a nice setting, you know, why would one person, if you're going to offer the same thing, not have the chance to do it in a beautiful drop back where they have the pictures to remember, you know, and it's something that's unique too, right? You know, it's a nice story to tell.
Yes. And we also have 4 photographers, which all have different styles of shooting that they can choose from. So now we won't have all 4 photographers on the site at that time. You know, we'll have like what the predominant one is that people are choosing. We'll have that photographer on site. And so it is a professional photographer, and they're not normally cheap. So they're going to be getting a really amazing photographer to capture those precious moments.
Gotcha.
Does your team also handle like the catering and bringing in drinks and things like that, and the full setup?
We actually subcontract that out to, we have 2 vendors that we deal with primarily. I'm a private chef as well. I do a cooking show, but I'm very particular with food. It's and I look for a couple of things. I look for consistency, flavor, and I look for professionalism, and obviously cleanliness. And so I have 2 vendors that I deal with primarily for the catering and bar. We do have bartending services, but if I have my caterers doing the catering, I just tell them food and beverage, that's their department. The only reason why we have the bartending services is as a convenience for our clients, that in the event that they need a bartending service, then we are here for them.
Gotcha.
And then a quick question, if it wasn't somebody planning to go to the pop-up event, how much time do you normally need to schedule your services?
Generally, I can plan an entire wedding within 3 weeks.
Wow, that's
impressive.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. So, and I can imagine.
I'm pretty quick on my feet when it comes to that.
Yeah, you've always been very responsive and quick with everything. So I can imagine that now, as your own business owner, you know that you're doing that for your clients. So I'm not surprised. Yeah. So when everything hopefully gets back to normal, hopefully soon after this COVID situation, it'll be normal. You know, you'll obviously still have these unique opportunities for pop-up weddings and stuff like that, but you also do offer like a full service, full Monty service, you know,
the full wedding planning service. We are literally there for our wedding couples. We are there every step of the way. They have 24-hour access to us. So, and don't think I haven't had that phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. And
we
honestly,
know that very well.
I'm actually quite used to that, especially whenever dealing with China, you know, Shanghai, whenever I was working in IT. So I would get those 3, 4 o'clock in the morning phone calls. So, you know, having a bride or a wedding couple call me at 3 or 4 in the morning is, you know, it is what it is. I'm here. I've actually had people go, I can't believe you answered the phone. And I'm like, well, so there's a reason why Google says that we're open 24 hours. And so, but we literally are there every step of the way. I actually have taken my brides dress shopping help them with the whole ensemble, from the veil down to their shoes. So we basically design everything. I'm a huge designer. We go through a design session. Literally, the design sessions take 2 to 3 hours. So I always tell them, bring a snack and bring something to drink.
Yeah. Well, Dawn, now that you've said about your business and the services that you offer, I'm sure with a consultation, you'll be able to cater directly to their needs and get everything done, no matter whether it's at 6 o'clock in the afternoon or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. But how can clients reach you?
So clients can reach me several different ways.
Mhm.
They can reach me through Messenger on Facebook under Epic Events by Booth Inc. We can be reached at 727-667-0023, or you can reach us by email at info@epiceventsbybooth.com. And then we have our website that everybody can kind of check us out, which is www.epiceventsbybooth.com. So.
Okay, great.
Awesome.
Well, all that information will be provided here as you were saying it, so that people can write that down. And if in any reason you might misplace that information, we'll be more than happy to provide that to any clients that we have, to make sure that you can get in touch with Dawn and her great services. Well, Dawn, once again, we thank you for taking a moment out of your day to speak to an old friend. We're more than happy to have this opportunity to speak to you and showcase your wonderful business. I know you have a ton load of other ones, so maybe we could do this with some of the other ones that you have, right? Because it's all about community.
Yes.
It's all about giving back. And the interesting thing
Absolutely.
with weddings and dreams of the future, this is a wonderful marriage, no pun intended, because there could be, after a wedding, the need for a home.
A house. Yeah.
So
that is absolutely true. So it's always what comes next is what we like to call that. So what comes next? And so, but the one other thing that I would like to let everybody know is that people can save a lot of money, because there's always a lot of prizes to win if they go to our Facebook page on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
Sure.
We actually started a virtual bridal show back in September of last year. And it's been a huge success. And so instead of now I always highly recommend going to bridal shows, because it's just part of, the whole planning process, and they're a lot of fun. You can win a lot of things, but the virtual bridal show is where we are targeting, we call it up close and personal virtual bridal show. And we focus on one vendor every week, and we don't do 2 of the same vendors in the month, within the same month. But there's always a prize at the end of every single show. So there's a drawing. So for anybody who's getting married, they put their wedding date into the comments field, and then we enter them in for the drawing. And it's actually done right after the show, so they win in real time. So it's a lot of fun.
That's fun.
That's great. So,
I love winning, but I'm not. We're already
married.
Yeah.
So if you see a Fred or Nicole Quinones with dates, it's just us trying to get a prize.
Be like, woohoo!
Well, Dawn,
we do like what you were saying, renewals. Vow renewals count.
Yeah,
so,
we'll be 13 years this year.
So, congratulations.
Thanks.
And we're still.
2020 is 13 years. It's in October, so maybe there'll be a Halloween pop-up wedding, right?
Maybe.
There you go.
Never know.
Good idea.
Well, thank you so much, Dawn. We appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to sit with us.
Yep,
well,
absolutely.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Well, Dawn, you have a wonderful day.
Hey, you too. Bye, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.